And here is the Summer League bracket. Your Miami Heat was your #1 overall seed, so they got the bye on one side, and then the Clippers was the #2 overall seed. They was undefeated as well, so they got the bye on the other side. But we got some prime time matchups in the first round. You got Dante Johnson versus Ty Wallace, which is Portland versus New York. Then you got Calvin Banks and Matt Campbell going against London Davis and the OKC Thunder. So it's the Hornets versus the Thunder, Calvin Banks and Matt Campbell. Then you got Vinny V and the Detroit Pistons taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. Then on the other side, you got Tanksley and the Raptors taking on San Antonio. And then, as you can see, number 7 up there, you got the Golden State Warriors with Chase Williams and James Wiseman, who was second in last year's not MVP, Rookie of the Year running. So you got some prime time games going on in the Summer League, and we're going to see who wins the Summer League and who wins MVP just after this. Alright, here you go, and here's the end of Summer League, and as you see, the Charlotte Hornets win Summer League this year with Calvin Banks and Matt Campbell. We're going to go through their games and see who they all played. Okay, first they had the game against the Thunder, Theo Maledon and Landon Davis. Landon Davis had 17-3 in this matchup, while Banks had 17-4, and what did Campbell do? Campbell didn't have a good game. He was 0 for 7, just 2-5. It's not a bad thing. And they won, but Wallace versus Dante Johnson. Let's see. Wallace had 18-3-1. Harry Giles 14. What Dante Johnson had? Dante Johnson had 7-2-2. Only shot 4 times, but it's okay. And then, as you can see, New York versus Charlotte. Wallace 16. She was 5-9, 1-3, but the Hornets just ran away with this game. It was not even a contest. Calvin Banks, Christopher, and Campbell and Martin just destroyed them. And then they go to play Isaac Okoro, and they just destroyed Isaac Okoro. And the Cavaliers, Banks with 18 again, Campbell with 11. Then they go play Roy Hachimura and the Wizards, and Cassius Winston tried to keep him in the game, but the big man from Kentucky, Nick Richards, leads the way against the Wizards, and Calvin Banks has 12, and he's looking like he's going to be the tournament MVP. And against the 76ers, they get an 8-point victory. Tyrese Maxey had 17, but Calvin Banks drops 25-5 in the championship game, along with Matt Campbell's 18. So it's looking like Calvin Banks was your Summer League MVP. Calvin Banks was your Summer League MVP. Well, that wraps it up with the Summer League. Next, gonna get to the first game of the season. I will drop that later, but we're gonna advance to this. I'm gonna show you the advancing, who gets better. I'm going to show you team rosters, including the players who got drafted, the ones to Toronto, Portland, Charlotte, Vinny V, Chase Williams, and etc. That's great coming up right now. Alright, and we back right here now. Here's the real rosters. That's going to be the day one's roster for the New York Knicks. You got Julius Randle, you got Ty Wallace, you got Mitchell Robinson, RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickley. They got Enes Kanter back. You got Austin Rivers, Cameron Payne, Kevin Knox. We got Draymond Green. Wow. Iggy Brazdeikis, Jeff Forbes, Dwight Howard, Rasheed Whitney, Alex Hicks is the last person. Now we're going to take a look at the Hornets. You got LaMelo Ball, OG Anunoby, you got Lonzo Ball, PJ Washington, Miles Bridges, Calvin Banks, you got Matt Campbell, Buddy Hield, Grant Riller, Cody Martin, Jake Layman, Caleb Martin, Nick Richards, and Christopher the 7-3 center, Jaden McDaniels, Devontae Graham, who's hurt right now, but he will be active. Then you got Jeff Mills. And let's go look at the Raptors. That is the next team that I wanted to look at. No, we're gonna look at the Warriors first, since they're right here. So you got Steph, Clay, James Wiseman, Wiggins, Pascal, and they have Chase Williams, Nico Mannion. That's gonna be a nice duo for the future if they go small. You got Damian Lee, Willie Cauley-Stein, Jordan Poole. Ooh, can't pronounce that. Barry Norris. They got Radu Erhan, Gerald Green, Georges Niang, Michael Mulder, Anthony Gill rounds that off. Gonna go to Portland, who's looking like a great contender team with Dame, CJ, Nurkic, Gary Trent, Anthony Simmons, and they have Dante Johnson, who is a 6'10" power forward and plays small forward. Rocco, Zach Collins, Derek Jones, Shaquille Harrison, Hubert Justin, CJ Elby, Keelan Martin, Brian Meeks, Keldon Bevins is their last. So then you got Minnesota with Cat, D-Russ, and Edwards, of course. Then you got the Thunder with Shea, Serge Ibaka, Dort, Baisley, London Davis, Tim Hardaway Jr., Diallo, Milos. The big center, they got Milos. Then you got Horford, Maladin, Ty Jerome, Isaiah Roby, Poku, Javon Carter, Kenrich Williams, Josh Hall, JT Arthur. Phoenix Suns with Devin Booker, Ayton, older Chris Paul, he's 36 now. You got Mikal Bridges, and you got JJ Shuttlesworth, Cam Johnson, Jalen Smith, KCP, Sarge. They brought him. Oh no, they got him still. Nerlens Noel, Damian Jones, Torrey Craig, Glenn Robinson III, Langston Galloway, and Tyshawn Alexander, Lee Bolden will be their last. Then the Houston Rockets with John Wall, Kevin Porter, Otto Porter, Eric Gordon, Thad Young, Jayshawn Tate, Daniel House. Nothing major is there. And the Toronto Raptors, who are also a contender with the picks they got in the draft. You got Siakam, VanVleet, Kyle Lowry, Chris Boucher, they kept Norman Powell. And you got Kelton Tanksley Jr., the small forward, who was took later in the rounds. And they got their point guard and small forward of the future in Kelton Tanksley, and they got Jordan Hall, Winslow, Jalen Harris, who's also an up-and-comer. You got David Nova, Matt Thomas, Malachi Flynn, who is also another great young piece that they got, Aaron Baines, Van Vliet, PJ Tucker, Reed. And then let's look at Vinny V's team. You got Jeremy Grant, Vinny V, Killian Hayes, Blake Griffin, Sadiq Bey. You got Isaiah Stewart, Mason Plumlee, Sekou, DeLeon Wright, Josh Jackson. Not gonna try to pronounce that. Avery Bradley, Jeff Teague, Patrick McCaw, Lyle Murphy, Chip Castle. So I'll be keeping an eye on a lot of people who got drafted and their team progress. But for the most part, it's gonna be a nice ride. And welcome back to the reboot. I'll drop game 1 for y'all soon, but we're gonna look and see who game 1 is for y'all to see. And game 1 will be the Indiana Pacers, who we're playing first, which will be coming to you soon. So stay tuned. And as for this video, I'm out, and this is Fly Guy Gaming.